All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Gebhart, and I am so excited that you're starting your journey with Rodan and Fields and you're taking some time out of your income producing activities just to take a moment and to learn a few things. So all of these videos are such good training. Today, though, I'm going to talk about this is the second video that you should be watching, and I'm going to talk about prospecting and getting to your first 100 no's as soon as possible. And I love this topic just in general because I've been in sales for a long time. And at the end of the day, the more you work, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So, and I was actually just reading a statistic about this, and the top salespeople in every business, if you kind of break it down, they're good prospectors. So you'll see people that come into this business and have a great beginning, right? Because they're just naturally like, people are drawn to them, or they're just excited and they're communicating that excitement about our products. And then other people are just going to be consistently working and getting these contacts. And so this is what I want to talk to you about, because this is really the bread and butter of our business, is doing these income producing activities. So I took some notes and I'm just going to cover a couple of points today. So right away, what you want to do is get a list of about 100 to 200 people that you're going to talk to about your Rodan and Fields business. And some of them are going to be on your phone. That's the best place to start. People you actually have their phone numbers for. You're going to go and write them all down, and don't judge them. Just write down like names of everyone that you know, even the men. And then you're going to go to your Facebook, and some people, you might have 400 friends on Facebook. Some of you might have 1,500 friends on Facebook. But write down the people that you know, that you've had a conversation with, or you've interacted with in the last year. Don't you're going to talk to everybody you know on Facebook, but don't be your first 100 contacts and your 100 no's like someone you haven't talked to in like 20 years. And then you're like, hey, you want to build up to that, but people you can talk to right away about your business. Write those down, and then you might go to your Instagram account, and then if you are familiar with LinkedIn, you might eventually get to there. Whatever it takes, or however many sources you need to get to 100 to 200 people to get your first 100 no's. You also want to talk about, though, there was recently a statistic from our convention about where people hear about Rodan and Fields, and it's not all social media. About 25% of people hear about this through word of mouth. So that's why it's so crucial to have these conversations with people, because those people are going to refer you to other people. And also, if you want to think about, I'm not connected with all of my clients on Facebook or all the people that I've spoken to about this. So you want to get a list of people you know at your kid's school or your yoga class, just really a lot of these places you can get names from, like that really cool chick, maybe you don't know her, you see her at the gym all the time, and you're like, I want to talk to her eventually, I just want to get to know her, she's super cool, So get all of those lists together, and then you're going to start doing some income producing activities. So you want to get to 100 no's as quick as possible, and we say that because you're not going to talk to 100 people or reach out to 100 people and have no one get anything. You're not going to not add a business partner or two or have some preferred customers by reaching out. And this is a reaching out business. We're not a home parties business. We are really around the conversation, those 10 to 15 minute quick conversations to feel out their interest level, I would say. And then beyond that, then we could take them to a 3-way call or to get them started on a regimen, or maybe they give us referrals. But that's what it's built around. It's not built around liking all this stuff on Facebook and coming up with a really great Facebook post. That's important. But really where it comes down to is this income producing activity. So you'll want to reach out. And there's going to be training, I'm sure, on that, but just reach out and say, hey, I'm excited, I want to talk to you. Keep it simple. It's all good. And then what you want to do is actually keep track of it. And I wanted to share this with you. So this is my list of people that I have spoken to in this business. It's about 700 people. I've reached to a lot more than that. I've probably added another 800 reach outs in addition to this, but this is just kind of what I've kept track. And I haven't kept track of everything in 2.5 years, but I try. And what I do is I write down their name, I write down the medium that I contacted them, whether it be Facebook, text message, phone call, Instagram, whatever it was, and the date. And then kind of the follow-up conversations. So I forget those statistics, but I think it's like 90% of sales are made after the 5th objection, and most salespeople, I think about 90%, stop after the first one. So you're gonna have people who tell you not now, and that's okay, but really do not write them off. This is actually kind of funny. I do want to share this with you. So I have people on my list that I crossed off for one reason or another. And then I thought like they were a no. And so I like redded them out. And then later these people have become really great referral sources for me. They've become consultants on my team and also preferred customers. So I had like my mother-in-law X'd out. Like I talked to her initially and she was like, no, she's not interested, right? Like she's like, just wasn't sold yet on what I was selling. And she's one of my best preferred customers, but I like ratted her out. So never really cross anyone off your list unless they tell you like, no. And I've had people tell me no and actually come back and like want the stuff later. So it's kind of funny, but it does take some time. So you might be sending them, a way to reach out is you're sending them a mini facial, or maybe you're inviting them to an online event that we're having, or maybe an in-person event, or a sip and shop, or whatever you guys have going on with your teams. Just figure out a way to reach out to them. So that's super important. Okay. And the goal, I do want to talk about this too in just the last minute or so. Keep in mind that when you're reaching out to people, you're going to have people you don't know right now that are going to be part of your business and make a huge, huge impact on it. So along with reaching out to people, part of your business is going to be networking and growing your network. So I have a goal of every month to add 10 new Facebook friends, and that might be low. I have no idea. But that's what my goal is. And adding about 100 people on LinkedIn, and I like to add friends on Instagram as well. And that's just what I do. So you find a connection, and whether it's referrals, but just add people to your network every single week as you're talking to people. That is how you're going to grow your business exponentially. It's not about your network right now. This is not, if we were a home parties business or you had to sell in the area you were located, we would have all these issues about saturation, but it's not. You're going to grow your network into Canada. You're going to grow your network into Australia. You'll grow your network into Asia as we expand into Asia. Like, this is so much bigger, right? So what you want to do is you want to get through as quick as possible all these no's, so that you can just kind of plant the seed and then kind of come back. So I really hope that helps. What I want you to do right now, as soon as you stop this training, is end it and then reach out to someone on your list that it really intimidates you, super successful, what have you. Reach out to at least one person right now, because here is my philosophy on this. It's okay. People have said no to me. People I've talked to, they've joined other teams. They've become customers of someone else, and that's okay. That doesn't bother me because I already made the effort. What's so like gut-wrenching is when you're like thinking of someone, or you kind of drip on them maybe once or twice, then you don't follow up with them, and then you see them join someone else's team, or they become a customer of someone else. So that just is like, ugh, right? Because we're not doing the work. So along with these training, it's so important as you're learning this business to just do. You are not going to ever be successful if you just want to learn everything possible, because you never learn everything possible, right? Like, I still have a ton to learn about this, as does all the other trainers that are training these calls right now. But I want to congratulate you on your new business. I know it's really scary. You might be going through some up and down roller coasters, but just know that you have to have struggle to see success, and you have to have pain to see progress. And all these little things that you're doing now, the more you do now will exponentially help your business. So good luck.